Hey guys, this is Naresh here. In this video series, I will explain how to build hybrid framework. So let me bring up my OneNote. So in this video series, I have already explained what is a framework. Uh, I have already put it in the playlist. You can access the description of what is a framework from the playlist. So maybe you can go to YouTube here. If you will go, there is a link explaining what is a framework. Okay. Now, in this discussion, I'm going to explain how we make use of arrays, or what is the use of arrays, single dimensional and multi-dimensional arrays. That is something which we are going to talk about, or we are going to make use of multi-dimensional array when we are working on building the framework. So let's look at some example of what is an array, single dimensional and multi-dimensional, and then all of what we are going to cover in this discussion will be helpful in building the framework. So let me bring up my notes for single dimensional and multi-dimensional array. Okay, so I believe a lot of you will know, but anyway, I am going to repeat this, that what is an array? Array is an important structure to hold data, right? Now, in Java allows us to hold many objects of the same type. Here the same type keyword is important. Same type array, and it can be used with help of loop to access elements by their index, right? Now this is a single dimensional array. Single dimensional meaning a single row with elements as this is the first element, second element, third element, fourth element, and fifth element, right? Now in Java, in single dimensional array, the indexing starts from 0. So let me show this with an example to you. Let me bring up my Eclipse here. Now this project which you see here, this is accessible to you on Bitbucket, and I will explain to you in the video where you can find it. So let me show that to you before I continue further. So if you will go to this video here, let me say you open this video. At the bottom here, I'm adding a public comment wherein you can find the link of the code which I'm going to show to you. So I'll open the link to my code here. I'll go to Bitbucket, and if you will come down, let me view all repositories. So let me search for YouTube. It's not on this page. I might have to go to the next page maybe. So again, I'll search for YouTube. Oh, where can I find it? Okay, so this is the place on Bitbucket where you can find all the videos. So I'm taking this URL and I'm going to put it in the comment section of my video, which is what is a framework. That is the first video tutorial. Now this is publicly accessible source code. You can visit this URL and you can access the code which I'm going to show to you in some time. All right, so now that you know how you can access the code, I'll once again go back to my Eclipse here, and here I will create a package. Let's say I'll give it name as package com.c2t. I'll call it framework.arrays, right? So first of all, what I will do is I'll create a single dimensional array. I'll create a new file, and I'll say SANGLEDIMENSIONALARRAY, right? Now once I create single dimensional array, here I'll go to main method. So I'll create a main method. Okay, now after having created a main method, I can create a single dimensional array like this: int a with bracket equal to new of int and size maybe 5, right? Now I can assign values to this particular single dimensional array in for loop. So I can say for int I equal to 0, I is less than 5, and I can say I plus plus open bracket, close bracket, and here I can say a of I equal to I plus 10, right? So it will be a0 equal to 0 plus 10, a1 equal to 1 plus 10, and then I can say sys out of a of I, right? So this way what you have exactly done is that in essence what you have done is you have created an array which is of dimension 5. So let me insert a small table here to explain it to you. So you have created an array with dimension 5 and the indexing starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? Now as you can see at 0 I have set the value as 0 plus 1, so it will be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right now if I run this program, this is a very simple program and we all know that we'll get the output as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, right? So let me quickly run this program and show the output to you. So right click, run as Java application. Okay, so I get to see this output. Now you guys must be wondering that what is the point in explaining single and multi-dimensional array. The reason is because when we start to build the framework, I'm going to use multi-dimensional array very extensively, and so in order to understand that properly I'm going to explain multi-dimensional array. But to understand multi-dimensional array, you should also understand and appreciate what is a single dimensional array, right? Now this is one of the way of creating a single dimensional array. There are a few other ways which let me quickly explain to you. So you can even make it like this, a1, let's say, okay, I'll call it b. You can switch the bracket, you can put it back or forward, it doesn't make a difference, so it is one and the same thing. So you have created an array of size 5 and the name of the array is b, right? Now what you can also do is you can create int c equal to, here you can put 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, right? So in this case what you have done is you have created an array and also initialize it with some values as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, right? So in the earlier case first you declare the array and then initialize in the for loop. In this case you have done declaration and initialization in the same statement. So if I want to access the elements of this particular array, how I can do that is for, I can say int j equal to 0, j is less than 5 and I'll say j plus plus, right? After that I'll open bracket, close bracket, and I can say sys out of c of, sorry, not here, sys out of c of j, right? J. So let me put a separator in between, sys out of, I'll put a small separator here so that we don't get confused. So if I try to right click and run this program, run as Java application, so we will again get a values of CS 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So this is a single dimensional array. Single dimensional means having a single row, right? Now having understood single dimensional array, let's move on to multi-dimensional array. But before I do that, I hope you people will remember from your school and college days that there used to be a concept of matrix. Remember, where we had matrix A equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, right? So we used to say A of I comma j, and I was referring to a row and j was referring to a column, right? Similarly, in the case of Java, you can have multi-dimensional array created with rows and columns. So I'm going to create a multi-dimensional array, but first of all, let me create a class for that. So I'll go here to new, I'll create a new class. I'll say multi dimensional right? Now here what I can do is I'll create a main method. Inside this I can say int arr open bracket 2 times. Why? Because it is a multi-dimensional array, equal to new of int, and I'll say 2 and 2. It means it has 2 rows and 2 columns, right? Now what I can do is I can say arr of 0 comma 0 equal to, for example, 10, right? So in this case the arr will be arr equal to so I have already told you earlier that indexing in Java starts from 0. So this will be 0 row, 0th column, right? 0th row, 1th column. So 0, 0 means 10 will come here. So this is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, right? I'm talking about the indexes, right? So if I do that, A00 is 10, it means that this particular entry is become 10. Similarly, A01, then 1011, right? Now, either I can do it one by one by saying A00 equal to 0, A01 equal to whatever value you want to put, or what you can do is, as you will remember from this earlier statement, that you can put a single load like this, like stating that in C equal to bracket and you put it in curly braces like this. Similarly, if you will come here, you don't have to do it all like this. You can simply open bracket, close bracket, semicolon, hit enter, then one more bracket, close bracket, comma, one more bracket, close bracket. So it is 10 comma 20 and it is 30 comma 40, right? So let me explain this to what I have just done. So 30 comma 40. So let me explain this code to you. So if I will take it here on my drawing board, so this is nothing but this is the matrix, right? With this being the 0th row, then 0th column, 1th row and 1th column. So this is referencing to this is referencing to this, right? So what I have just done is I have created a two-dimensional array with 2 rows and 2 columns. It is as simple as that, right? Now if I want to access a particular element, so if I say sysout of ARR of 0, 0, so if I say 0 and 0, right? So it is going to give me this particular element here. This is 0, 0, right? So if I run it, I'll get an output of 10 here. So let me run it, right? So I get a value as 10. Now what if I run with sysout of ARR of 1, 1? So it is, I put here 1 and then I put here 1 here as well. So 1, 1 is nothing but this entry as you see. So let me right click and run that. So you will get the value as 40, right? So this is how a two-dimensional array can be created, and this is how we access the entries of a two-dimensional array. And this concept of two-dimensional array, which I have just explained to you, I'll be using the same concept when I'm trying to read data from Excel sheet when we are trying to build the framework. So I hope we are clear on our concept of single and multi-dimensional array. So with this, we come to the end of discussion of single and multi-dimensional array.